Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to the Turn 3 Racing Network as we get ready to go to Talladega. My name is Chris. With me, as always, my good friend Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how are you tonight?
I'm doing fabulous, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Getting ready for some really exciting action here from Talladega. 113 laps of stage racing. Stage number 1 going to end at the end of lap number 36. Stage 2 at the end of lap number 72. As for the weather, well, it doesn't get much better than it is right now here at Talladega. 79 degrees air temperature, track temperature 95 degrees, and these cars have been screaming around this track. Rick, we're getting ready to pick up qualifying here very shortly. And what have we seen here during practice?
I've been watching a lot of guys practicing their drafting. They're able to draft a little bit, Chris, but they really got to make sure that they're squared up to the car in front of them before they start pushing. And that's pretty much all I've been seeing.
Yeah, this is going to be good. This is a pit party. This is not qualifying yet, but guys just going to go out and try and run with each other, see how the car is feeling. And boy, what I've been told here tonight is, look, you can bump draft a little bit. Emphasis on the little bit. If you try and go too hard, then Well, you're gonna send somebody around, possibly yourself.
And then you go hard into the wall usually.
Yeah, the big one, always something to watch out for here. It looks like we have 23 drivers getting ready to compete here tonight, Rick, and that's a pretty good number here for the second race of the round of 12.
Yeah, next week we head on over to the Roval, so this is really unless you're really strong on a road course, Chris, this is one of the last chances for guys to get locked into the round of 8. So a lot of eyes on a lot of people here tonight at Talladega. They got to get it done now, and unless they're a really good road racer, because next week at the Roval, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Terry out on track. Want to get with him, but want to make sure he has enough time to practice. So, well, let's talk about something really quick here. I got something really cool for you guys out there tonight. I've got a couple of drivers that agreed to do it. So we have, well, let's start off with the, whoa. All of a sudden, my stream just went way down for a second. It's back. Sorry about that. But the first person I have out there, live driver, it's Dalton Kilroe, driver of the number 41. You see him on the high side right there. The 41, Dalton Kilroe, inside of his VR with the Turn 3 Racing Network shirt. Looking good out there, Dalton. Second driver I have out for you tonight, it is going to be the driver of the number 3. That is Corey, the Shermanator Sherman, sporting that Turn 3 Racing Network sticker on his VR device with the Savage Edge t-shirt, Rick.
Yeah, pretty cool that those guys able to help us out and bring something a little new and special. I know it's something that we tested out there a couple Saturdays ago and worked really well, man. So it's going to get interesting here. I mean, Talladega, the guys, everybody says, super speedway racing is way too easy. Well, honestly, it's not that easy. And you have to, keep your wits about you and to let us in on their side of the things. I mean, I know usually we go in car, but this is even better. Now we're actually seeing drivers. And this is something that kind of reminds me of back in the day when I started online racing there in NASCAR 2003 season with Dale Jr. We actually had something quite like this. And it was pretty interesting to see how things like that would work out.
Yeah, hope to get some cool sights and sounds out there tonight. This is going to be awesome. Don't want to go much further into this one without recognizing the car number 17, Brian Dees, tonight racing with a bit of a heavy heart after losing his brother this past week, Michael Dees. I know he's going to be missed. And Rick, we say it all the time, leagues are leagues, families are something else, and certainly Blazing Pedals has turned into a family, and this one's going to hurt everybody in the league until Brian is able to get over and get through his mourning process.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Brian. So, obviously I talked to you a little bit there on Discord with a chat message, and we're thinking of you, buddy.
So Brian Dees, again, hearts and thoughts and prayers are with you tonight, my friend, as you try and put that behind you just a little bit here tonight and race for your brother. Rick, I don't think we have much more time. We're going to have to do it. Terry Foster looks like he's coming down pit road, almost like he was expecting it to happen. So, with that being said, let's get Terry up here and see who he wants to talk to tonight. Terry Foster, driver of the 86. What's going on?
Hey, man, just out here running some laps.
Yeah, well, we see that.
Trying to find my pit.
It's right there. Yeah, pull right in. There you go. Back up just a little bit now, because now you're in the wrong pit. Oh, no, you're not. Okay, bad angle. All right, Terry, who do you got to talk to tonight?
So if you actually allow me time, I'd like to get both Corey's, because I just realized they're both tied. But let's go Corey Sherman first.
All right, well, we can do this.
Corey, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, this is strange because we were just talking in TeamSpeak, but real quick, you're sitting tied 8th with Corey Rutherford. You guys are basically on the bubble. You have to beat him tonight to get in front of him. He has to beat you, of course. I don't want to ask your strategy because I kind of know what it is, but what are you looking at, man, going from today until next Sunday when we hit a road course?
Well, I know my best chance is do something tonight because I'm not very good on road courses. So it's basically do or die tonight.
Exactly what
Okay.
Terry told us too when we asked him.
Yeah, that's incredibly odd. Huh. In fact, I believe the words "not a chance in hell" came out of his mouth. Something to that effect.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
yeah.
I did not say that.
Plus, I just don't work all week and practice the roval all week. I think the only reason I have a chance there.
Okay. Well, let's see. Last race here in May, you did finish pretty good in a 6th spot there, but I don't think you changed. Nope, you didn't. You just finished 6th, which ain't bad. I mean, you've had a hell of a season, bud, and just like you've gotten to a slump towards the end there, not keeping up there with the Joneses, basically. What do you think?
Yeah, I noticed that too. I think it's when I put this black paint scheme on it, things started going wrong.
Well, as
No, I'm
everybody,
just trying to stay consistent and just got involved in some different things and different tire strategies that didn't work out because cautions came out.
Tim, well, I know tonight we're going to try to do what we can to get you guys up front there. I mean, as a teammate, that's what I have to do tonight is try to work with you and Aaron the best I can. So good luck tonight, and thanks for joining me, bud, and I'll get back out here in a little bit and practice some more.
All right, hopefully TNA brings the home victory tonight.
I'd like to see 1, 2, 3, baby.
Yeah, as long as it's not you, it's me or Aaron.
And I just gotta say,
You have to
One.
come in third.
I can do that.
the Shermanator, the Turn 3 sticker looks really good, but I really like that Savage Edge Racing shirt that you got on.
Yeah, it's a safety yellow reflective vinyl that I found and I made it.
So his wife don't bump into him at night.
Yeah, she can see me come stumbling through the house.
That is awesome.
Yeah, good luck to you tonight, Corey. We'll be watching in more than one way for sure tonight.
All right, thanks guys.
Corey Sherman, driver of the number 3, Terry. And I suppose now you want to talk to the other Corey.
If we got time, yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Oh, we got time. Look, we got all the time you want to take.
All right.
It's your
Corey
practice time.
Oh, there he is. Corey Rutherford, you got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, man, I'm sorry I didn't tell you this, but I just realized you and Sherman are tied for 8th at the moment. Basically, he's got to beat you tonight, bud. But you guys are on the bubble. What's your plans, without going into detail, since I am racing with you tonight, what's your plans from here and then next weekend?
Basically, stay clean. Hopefully I can get through Talladega without wadding it up. Not, and then same thing when it comes to the rollables, just stay clean, minimize incident points, and try to finish top 10 if at all possible. If I can do that, I think I can make it into the round of 8.
Well, remember, next week at the Roval, there is no incident points on road courses, so you'll be all right there. So, but tonight, man, I tell you what, we got some hellacious drivers out here tonight, don't we?
Yeah, or I'm sorry, I'm having issues hearing you because of my iRacing.
Oh, it's okay. Well, I just want to touch base with you real quick and just talk to you for a second. But I'll let you get back out there. I need to get back out there to you in a minute. So, good luck tonight, buddy.
Thanks, Terry.
Yep, thank you.
Fuck, bud.
That's Corey Rutherford, driver of the number 55, and yeah, he's got some work to do along with Corey Sherman to try and secure themselves here into the top 12. And a win would definitely do one of those drivers a really good service here tonight. Hey, Terry, before you get in the car, we did talk a little bit about the 17 car, Brian Dees, and the loss of his brother. I know that you've had some pretty decent contact with him. Didn't know if you had anything more to report.
No, just suddenly Wednesday, he passed away. Is he in the race tonight?
Yes, he is.
Oh, awesome. That's cool. I honestly have no clue what happened. I didn't get that deep into it with him. I know he's feeling, basically, I'm sorry to say this, Chris, he's feeling like shit, but, it is what it is. I'm glad he's out here racing this tonight.
Well, understandable, but absolutely. All right, bud, we're going to put you back down with your TNA teammates, and good luck to you out there tonight, Terry. Just put a brick on the throttle. I don't think you need to do much more than that tonight.
Nope, I've already got sitting right here. Cruise control's ready, buddy.
All right, buddy. Have a good one now.
Thanks.
That's Terry Foster tonight, going to be the driver of the number 86, the cheap tobacco machine. All right, well, now we start really thinking about setting this thing up, Rick, because 113 laps around this big track with the heat conditions that are out there as far as on the track, this should be entertaining to say the least. And we're seeing a little bit of wiggle out of these cars.
Yeah, guys having a little bit of a tough time. I don't want to say hard, but a tough time to keep these things in line, Chris. And of course, you know, I mean, they're doing some 3-wide practice right now, which is great. Usually, you know, it gets a little squirrely there when you got 3 cars trying to fight for position. Now the track is obviously wide enough for that, you know, to allow that to happen, but it gets a little squirrely there as you go. As you see, like right now, I'm watching Ty Morosco with Dalton on his inside. Dalton kind of stuck in that sucker hole. Marquis Smith on the inside, and you know, it's so hard. Unless you're driving with VR, VR does help quite a bit. But if you're on monitors, you know, you're kind of glancing over and doing your thing. But I think we're in for some good racing here tonight at Talladega.
Yeah, I think we are too, bud. And well, with that, what do you say we step away? We got a bill to pay, so we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna come back and set up for qualifying, because qualifying going to start here in just under 2 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. Again, it's Chris and Rick for Turn 3 Racing Network. We're going to be watching the Blazing Pedals K&N Series, brought to you by TRJKarting.com, and we will be right back. Back live now at Talladega, getting ready to see some qualifying efforts. And I've got my eyes squarely on the 44, the TNA driver, Aaron Bockover, as he is trying to get himself qualified for this huge event. Again, 113 laps here tonight, 2 stage cautions on the schedule. But Rick, we all know Talladega can very often bring out, what do they call it? The big one?
Yeah, the big one. That's something that we're going to be watching out here for tonight, Chris. I mean, we just saw it there right at the tail end of practice, and only 2 cars made it through. But it's going to get interesting. I mean, that's the fun part there of Talladega. I'm watching a bunch of cars down through here, Chris. A lot of guys are kind of just chilling by themselves. Got other guys working together, like Eric Garrison and Brian Dees right now. That's gonna be huge.
Yeah, it should be very entertaining here once we get going. Again, we've got qualifying here. Beautiful Talladega, fastest track in the world for these cars to be on.
You can just say it's the best track in the world.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Take a big one.
Catching it now, but seems to be a little bit of an issue with the overlay. There we go. Best times that these drivers have crossed the start-finish line are going to be scrolling across the top. Right now, Eric Garrison on top of it all with a 49.49. Brian Dees right behind him, a 49.50 for his best lap time. John Perkins out there in the 33. His best time, a 40.75. Excuse me, 50.75. A 40.75 would be like 250 plus miles per hour around this track. So yeah, that didn't happen. They are doing pretty good though in the draft. It looks like about 191, 192 miles an hour.
Yeah, I've been watching Aaron Bach over there from pretty much the start, Chris. I went through and I just kind of stuck with him. And he was getting pretty slow, but now he's got his teammate right behind him. That's the Terminator in that 3. Of course, we got the in-car camera with him tonight there. Pretty cool, but I see their speeds are starting to increase a little bit there as they start getting together.
How about this? We'll go inside the cockpit and we'll watch Corey get around this track right behind his teammate, Aaron Backover.
What I love about this shot, Chris, is that, it gives the viewers a perspective. I mean, you and I, we've been inside the cockpit of these things. We know what it's like. We've done a lot of super speedway racing. Aaron Bach, at this point, I'd be like, hey, can you go up a 3-peat just so I can see that line so I know where I am on the track? Because you know as well as I do, if you get your left front tires down below that yellow line, it could spell disaster pretty quick.
Oh, it does. It does it in a hurry. You're absolutely right. That is something to watch out for. That little transition from the apron to the track. And you're right. We're watching the view, Rick, and there are times you don't see that yellow line at all.
And see nothing in front of you either. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's the dangerous part because, if you got a little bit of gap and you're the lead car, not leading the whole pack, but, you're in like the second line or something, and you're going, you can see what's going on. Now, the Terminator can see a little bit when they're in the banks, but once we get down to this flat part, he gets tucked in behind that 44. He can't see nothing in front of him but the spoiler and the TNA Motorsports logo on the trunk there of the 44.
So 13 drivers so far have gone out onto the track to try and qualify this one. Everybody else is staying off the track. Different strategies in play throughout this entire race so far.
Chris,
and we're only in qualifying.
Right, and we talked about this a few times too, throughout the season and throughout different broadcasts, but a lot of guys right now, they're sitting there, they're thinking, guys like Jamie Walker, David Bennett, Derek Paulson, Blake Decker, Dalton Kilroy, Marquise, Nick Okie, Marasco, Fred Thompson, Tanner Marr, Ian Habiak. Those guys have not gone out there yet. So what they're thinking right now is, hey, I'm going to start in the back. If there is a big one, in the beginning or the middle of the race, I can hopefully get around it and be good. But then you got other guys like Eric Garrison, Brian Dees, Brandon Feeney, Rutherford Perkins, the Butcher Benjamin, the Shermanator, Backover, Campbell, Corey Rutherford, Mr. Foster, Rick Thompson, and Brad Collins. They're saying, hey, listen, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to qualify. I'm going to try to get up towards the front. That's where sometimes it seems the safest, but it could also spell disaster for you.
Yeah, it definitely can. And we are watching Terry Foster now getting ready to come back out on track to see if he can improve on his 11th place starting time here so far. So much of this during qualifying is to get hooked up with other drivers to make sure that you are not alone.
Well, you know, that's the thing. I mean, you know, Foster goes out there, he's in there with a single car, he's not drafting with anybody. He's going to put down some okay lap times, but, you know, it's going to be hard to catch guys like Garrison, Dees, who have been working from the beginning of qualifying together. And, of course, now we're seeing the three of Corey Sherman start to come up and hopefully get behind Mr. Foster and see what they can do. Here comes Aaron Bach over also, it looks like. So those guys tried to get hooked up, and that's exactly what they need to do. And just try to push each other up to get a little bit of a faster speed to get up there. I mean, right now, not doing too bad. Corey Sherman right now sitting in 7th position, Aaron Bach over in 8th, and Terry back into 11th right now. So if those guys can get hooked up, they can definitely improve those times a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess let's start talking about this because it can't be said enough. Tonight, race number 2 of the round of 12. And right now, it looks like Corey Rutherford, Corey Sherman, as we talked about earlier, these guys are knotted up for that all-important 8th position here in a couple of weeks. Rick Wynn would do both of those drivers a big service. Plus John Perkins and Brian Dees, neither one of those drivers has a win yet that are inside of that top 8.
Yeah, I mean, right now, you know, a win would be huge for a bunch of guys. And, you know, there's some guys that have a good, comfortable lead right now. You don't have to worry about it too much. But like I said earlier, Chris, I mean, this is really the last chance. And, you know, we saw it a couple weeks ago at Daytona when Ian Habiak won. I mean, Super Speedway, anybody can win. I mean, you could start dead last and you can be first in a matter of laps. I mean, we've seen it so many times in the real world and in sim. And it's really anybody's game tonight. Really, the big thing is you got to work as a team. If you have team members, and you know, up to the last couple laps, because then you throw all that all out the window. Because if you got to win, you got to win. But you know, you got to work together, and you got to keep your car clean. You don't want no mix-ups. You don't want to be getting dents anywhere, because you know, obviously aerodynamics huge here at Talladega.
Yeah, that's another thing. We haven't had to worry about that for a little while. You know, a little bit of damage wouldn't really bother these cars on some of the tracks that we've been at as of late, but here tonight, so important to be able to stay with the draft. I mean, you have to be really careful with your car here. Listen, we're Talladega, fastest track that we go to here, and these guys are going to be putting up a heck of a show here. And I want to thank everybody for tuning on into the Turn 3 Racing Network and over at the Pride Outdoor Network, prideoutdoornetwork.com. It's going to be a good one. And we've only got, well, hold on, right now, 10 seconds left here of qualifying. So it looks like we're going to stay with just 14 drivers that have qualified. Looks like some of those drivers didn't care to try very hard. Ty Morosco, Rick Thompson, Brad Collins, all over a minute. So we're going to have to wait and see. And we got people that haven't even hit the track yet. I'm watching Dalton Kilrow on his live camera feed, and he looks like he's just chilling. He's just relaxing, having fun, laughing. It's all good. Race is coming up soon, though, and you know he's going to be wanting some.
You know, I think Dalton's doing a smart thing, Chris. It's something that I kind of like to do. I like to go out there, I'll practice. Once I are either pushing or being pushed, then I call it quits and I sit there, I listen to some music, I get myself calmed down because it's going to be a long race here at Talladega tonight.
Yes, it is. And it's about time for us to think about getting ready to grid. We're just waiting for the first car to hit the track. Who's it going to be? We know who has the pole. And the first 14 positions are set. After that, it's a matter of how they came into the server. We're going to find out here very, very quickly just what these guys have. I want to thank everybody once again. I know I just did, but it really means a ton to us for you guys to be out here. We really do appreciate it and couldn't do this without you. So that being said, it switches over. We're going to get ready to grid them up. I think we need a word from a young man named Ethan Habiet.
Driver stages.
I dig it. I dig it a lot. Ethan Habiak with the call. And that means we can start getting ready to go. Under the qualifying. We're going to show it. It's the grid. Your pole sitter tonight going to be driving the number 15 with a 49.494. It's going to be Eric Garrison. To his outside, the 17. Out of S&M Motorsports, it's Brian Dees. Starting third on the field tonight, driving the number 38. It's going to be Brandon Feeney. In fourth place tonight, driving his number 44, TNA Motorsports Zone, Aaron Bockover. Starting in fifth place tonight, it's going to be the number 10, last week's winner, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Joshua Rutherford in the 64, going to be starting his work in progress racing machine in sixth place. Corey Sherman going to be starting his number 3 in seventh. Terry Foster picked up an 8th place starting spot, and that will round out the TNA Motorsports fellas. John Perkins in the 33 going to be starting his Speed Mafia machine in 9th spot. Casey Campbell in 10th. As Corey Rutherford in the 55 going to start his work in progress racing machine in 11th. Tom Morosco in the 1 car going to be starting in 12th.
And in spot number 13, Chris, that's going to be the 76 Speed Mafia machine of Rick Thompson. In 14th, it was outside his teammate, the number 22 of Brad Collins. And then we have Jamie Walker, TNA Motorsports. Or not TNA. I got that stuck in my brain now.
Yeah.
Talking to those guys. TRJKarting.com. Motorsports, they're going to be starting the 88 in 15th position on his outside, the 21 of Marquis Smith. Elton Kilroe got his Top Flight Racing number 41, going to be starting in 17th with his teammate who was outside, Derek Paulson, the 6th. And then you got Tanner Marr in the 19th, going to be starting in 19th position. That's good luck right there, I can tell you that right now. Blake Decker, Old Woodside, makes a return back here. The 92 going to be starting in 20th. Speed Mafia driver number 46, Fred Thompson in 21st with Nick Okie, Five Horse Motorsports number 9, going to be starting in 22nd. And rounding out the field, Chris, we have Ian, the kid, the Hurricane Habiak, the other TRJKarting.com driver, going to get his number 16 starting in 23rd with David Bennett in the 13 out of Canada, going to be rounding out in shotgun number 24.
And that is going to do it, Rick. We're getting ready to roll here as all 24 drivers ready to roll.
I see Mark brought out the power here today for the biggest, best, fastest track. Got to use the Chevy Silverado.
It might make it. We'll see.
Oh, it's going to make it. The Mustang, it fell apart. Coming through the tunnel. Couldn't make it up the hill.
Eric Garrison, your pole sitter tonight. The thin blue line, number 15. Good looking paint job. Who's outside? Brian Dees. Again, racing with a heavy heart here tonight. The 38, Brandon Feeney, sits on the inside, row number 2. Aaron Bockover outside, row number 2. And the pace truck pulls off. Rick, we are getting ready to go live. It's a long way for these drivers to go before they catch that green flag. Through the tri-oval, you can see these cars, they're itching to get this thing going. 38 with a little bit of a blink there, something to watch out for. Brandon Feeney. Green flag is out. Here we go.
Of course, it's going to take a couple of laps to get these ARCA K&N cars up to speed, Chris, but right now drivers are doing everything. Now, we saw some 3-wide practice going on there during the practice and a little bit in qualifying, but there is a 3-wide rule here at Blazing Pedals. So the last 10 laps, I believe, of the stages, they can go 3-wide, but until then, they have to hold out. Right now, Brian D stuck on that outside. Chris, kind of no help right now. He's kind of hoping the 64 gets up to him to help him out. Right now, Eric Garrison and Brendan Feeney leading this thing in 1 and 2.
Yeah, a couple of drivers choosing to go down onto the apron and work their way backwards. Among those drivers going to be Jamie Walker, and I believe the other one may have been Rick Thompson. So they want nothing to do with what might happen up front.
113 laps, now you got 112 to go, Chris, and I think that's a smart move. I mean, you know the big one's going to happen, and the guys that are trying to fight for position. Now, the biggest thing is a lot of drivers, like we just talked about, you know, they made some moves there, and really what that's for is so they can try to get up with their teammates. We see the 86, the 44, and the 3 starting to hook up there on the inside.
No,
so, I mean, that's what they want to do.
Yeah, it's what they need to do. They need to stay together, even if it's a group of 4, just to kind of keep pace.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Now, those guys over there at TNA Motorsports, they are working that inside lane right behind the Butcher. So they're finally locked up. They're doing what they have to do. You got Brian Dees and Joshua Rutherford working together. That's good to see. And of course, you got Casey Campbell there trying to help him out. Brian Dees makes a
big
power
time
move.
Wow, big time move. Cuts the 15 right off at the nose. And that leaves just 2 drivers to the outside, Rick. That is not enough to compare to the inside lane. The inside lane should have an advantage here if the Butcher can kind of close the gap a little bit on Brandon Feeney. Ooh, Feeney stays down below. Eric Garrison goes high. Garrison wants the lead back. That'll help out that outside lane.
Definitely will. The 64, the 73 suck right up to the back bumper of the 15 on the outside lane, but Brian Dees, Beanie, and the Butcher, and then you got TNA Motorsports drivers all right there working it hard. I mean, that inside lane, Chris, is long right now. Only a few drivers working that outside. We see Eric Garrison, Rutherford. We see Campbell out there, Dalton Kilroe, Orozco, Smith. Jamie starting to work up through. Hopefully the kid, yep, he's going up there right behind his teammate there, trying to catch up to the back bumper of the 88.
Again,
a long way to go.
You don't want to lose contact, especially with a teammate. That would be bad. That would be very bad.
And starting to come in now, and Chad Beefree, I already said good luck to you, man. Right now you're doing it. You're out there having a good time. Tyler Johnson, Shelly Cook, good to see you guys. Tyler's rooting for the number 19 out there, and of course the 4, the 44. Don't forget, 86 is out there now too, Shelly.
Yes, he is. He's actually leading the way of the TNA drivers. Down on that bottom lane, Terry Foster put the brick down. That's what we call autopilot. No reason to not have that pedal pressed all the way down here tonight. Eric Garrison, your race leader.
You know, Chris, I got to talk to Terry a little bit there before we started practicing here, and he said he's definitely going to be racing tonight. He does have things set up just in case something happens to that cheap tobacco number 86 to hop in and join us up here in the booth, but he kind of figured out doing a little bit of practice of what really hurts his foot, and he thinks he's going to be okay here. Now, obviously, next week at the Roval, he will be back in the booth with us. He's not going to try to chance it, but I guess using his left foot to go to the clutch and the brake really puts a lot of pressure on his Achilles, and that's what's causing the issue. So thinks he's gonna do fine. I mean, he did great last week. Right now, he's looking mighty fine sitting there in the 4th position, up 4 positions so far from the green flag.
Yeah, all these drivers are doing good. 6 clean green flag laps. I'll get it out eventually.
Yeah, it's Sunday, buddy. Been a long weekend.
Oh, it has. Biggest mover of the race so far. How about the number 16 of Ian Haviak? He's up 9 positions since the beginning of this one. And I don't think he's done yet. Behind him, he's got Brad Collins and his teammate, Jamie Walker, in the 88. In front of him, he's got Marquis Smith in the 21. The 64 seems to be going backwards just a little bit. He's stuck on that outside lane. That's Joshua Rutherford.
A little correction from race control, Chris. I guess there is no 3-wide rule tonight. basically the rule just states that they cannot go 3 wide until the last 10 laps of each stage. So the final stage is fair game. So stage 1, stage 2, with 10 laps to go, these guys can really pour it out, try to get to the positions that they need to get those coveted stage points, and then that final stint, that's where things are going to get crazy.
Yeah.
I thank Sam out there in race control for clearing that up for us.
Yeah, it's good to see that he's good for something.
You know, him and Mark have had it pretty easy here as of late. Tonight, who knows? It's anything could happen here. It's Talladega.
Yeah. Yeah, something tells me that easy, that's out the door. That's a little bit early, but what do you say we hop into the old gyro cam, courtesy of the driver of the number 86, up 4 spots in the 4th position, Terry Foster. Going to take us around this track and look at the banking on this thing. That's why they hardly ever have to let off the throttle here. You're actually better off to hold the throttle down and just tap the brakes a little bit instead of coming off the throttle. Let the brakes do the work. Terry riding up just a little bit. So far, though, a lot of cars have kind of gone single file, and that is something to watch out for. Single file on any other track, I'd say, yep, that's great. Means it's going to be nice and calm. Doesn't mean anything here at Talladega, Rick.
No, you're absolutely right, Chris. I mean, all that's going on right now in drivers' heads, try to keep their stuff clean, but, you know, sitting here single file, there's going to be a point. I mean, Talladega, a huge track, very fast, but you're just kind of chill. You know, you start thinking like, oh, maybe I'll make a move. Maybe I'll pull the slingshot move, try to do a little Ricky Bobby and see what I can do. And, you know, it can work out for you, but if the guy a couple cars ahead of you there decides to do the same thing, or the guy right in front of you at the same time, that could spell trouble. But right now, these guys are doing a great job just kind of hanging out, doing what they want to do. Everyone's worried about what their car is going to look like here. I think you go back all the way to, let's see, where the 73 is right now. Casey Campbell sitting in 9th position. That's really the first spot where cars are going side by side. The 73 working the outside of the 55. He gets clear. Here comes Ian Habiak also on that outside with a 22 of Collins right behind him.
Yeah, Habiak had a little bit of a move there out of the car. Right now, watching the 41, got him up on video to the bottom left-hand side. It's Dalton Kilroe. Dalton, one of those drivers that did not qualify here tonight, trying to stay out of the big one, but right now finds himself kind of a mid-pack, really, Rick.
Mid-pack went on a bad place to be. I mean, right now only 5 cars, now make it 4, as Jamie Walker just made a power move in front of the 41 to get in between Dalton Kilroe and Marquis Smith. So now only 4 cars on the outside lane.
Yeah, that outside lane is going to be in trouble if they only stay to 4. Somebody would be smart, maybe, to just jump out to that outside lane, pick those 4 drivers up. Oh, look at that. As I'm saying it, the Butcher moves on up.
Yeah, Butcher made a smart move there as he was following the 55 around the track to say, hey, let's get this line moving, see what we can do. I mean, obviously, if a couple more will start coming up, that could be some huge gains for a lot of drivers out there right now.
As the Butcher really is starting to work that outside lane. We see the 13 of David Bennett, who I believe started a little bit late here tonight. He's going to be going down a lap, and it's going to happen in a heartbeat as everybody scoots on down the track to go on by. So just like that, 12 laps later, we got our first car 1 lap down. It's the 13 of David Bennett. 73 goes around him along with a couple of others. Let's check back in up front with your race leaders. It's the 15 of Eric Garrison, your race leader. Brian Dees and Brandon Feeney, your top 3. Then it's Terry the Man Foster, Aaron Bach over Corey Sherman, your top 6. John Perkins in 7th position. Behind him, it's Corey Rutherford. And here comes the Butcher, that outside lane, starting to make a little headway. Rick, it doesn't take a lot, just a little bit of, I think I want to go up there and go in front of some of these guys as a thought, and then all of a sudden you do. It could be a little bit better. Casey Campbell in the 73 could try getting a little closer to the back bumper of the 10, and then the Butcher will have exactly what he needs, a little bit of an arrow push to launch him forward. That outside lane is coming quick now.
Yeah, it really is, Chris, and you're right. The 73 needs to try to get up to the back bumper there. The Butcher needs to tap the brakes just a little bit, drag him a little bit to let him get caught up, and that's exactly what happens. So now those guys starting to push. Ian Habiak right there, the 64 right behind the 16. So if those guys can get up to the 73, we're going to have a little battle going on.
Yeah, they need to close that gap, make it 2x2, about 5-6 rows deep now. As the 39, Brandon Feeney kicks it out to the outside. Feeney will be looking for the race lead. He's going to use the 10 of the Butcher to try and get there. Remember, the Butcher won this race earlier in the season, Rick, so he's no stranger to winning here at Talladega.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Chris. Did a great job there last time we were here. And I think what the 38 of Feeney did is he kind of looked and saw that the Butcher was coming. So instead of just sitting there riding behind Eric Garrison, you know, he came up just at the right time. So those guys got lined up now. 4, 5, 6, 7. Now there's 7 cars out there doing their thing. Now this is where things get interesting. When the 86 gets down below that yellow line just a little bit, was able to hang on to it. Woo.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that, especially the 2 drivers behind him, his teammates. And guys, I'm watching this. This is very interesting. So on your right-hand side of your screen, it's Corey Sherman driving the number 3 car. And you can see the focus going on with that. And he just stopped doing it, but I swear, Dalton Kilroe now on the left-hand bottom side of your screen, he was driving one-handed for about 2 or 3 laps. That right hand was on his lap, just kind of hanging there, doing nothing. And now Dalton Kilroe has put his second hand up there on the wheel. He must be getting into something. Let's take a look. Dalton Kilroe. Yeah, he's right behind the 21 of Marquis Smith. So he's got some drivers that he might be able to pass here on the outside if the bottom lane can get it going again, really. And yeah, I can see why he put his other hand up. Oh no, there he is. There it is. His hand is on his lap. He's just chilling.
But you know, Chris, I mean, it's kind of cool that we can actually look in and see this. I'm really glad that you figured out how to get this to work, because you know what Dalton's doing is something that I do a lot. It doesn't matter if it's Talladega or if I'm on a short track, but I will rest one of my arms, usually down on my shifter or something like that, because I do have a shifter. And what I'll do is I'll just concentrate. It helps me relax. It keeps your shoulders from, you know, tensing up. And then when you need to, you can bring up that right hand. You can do whatever you got to do, or your left hand, you know, if you put it down. And, you know, that's something that's pretty common that, you know, a lot of people think, well, these guys are out there just because when we go into like a cockpit view, if you can see the driver's arms, you know, the driver's arms are always up there. But I like to always relax one, and I'll switch off from time to time just to give everything a break. And that way you're ready. I mean, it's a long race here tonight. We're only on lap 17 of 113. And, you know, it gets strenuous out there if you say tense too much and you got both hands up. Now, obviously, in a real race car, actually, guys will do it in a real race car, too. But, you know, that's why the guys sit so close. I used to think that it was funny how they sat so close to their steering wheel, but when you look at it,
oh, man,
helps you relax. But, oh, we got some green flag pit stops.
Big time pit stops happening already as a bunch of drivers from the front of the field pull it down, including Eric Garrison, Brian Dees, Ty Morosco, and Marquis Smith. How about this, Rick? Up 18 spots right now, the biggest gainer of the race so far. It's Ian Habiak. Oh, Habiak gets into the outside wall. Yeah, it's going to slow him way down. Oh, he pops off the wall. Can he save it? He does, but man, is he going to lose a ton of track position. And hopefully he didn't lose his car right there. That is going to be big time factor for the 16. And it also leaves his teammate, who happens to be driving in second spot right now, who's now coming down pit road, but it left him up there all by himself. Let's keep an eye on Ian Habiak, see if this is going to... Oh, no! Oh, Terry Foster lets it go in pit road, and around he goes. Heavy front end damage for the driver of the 86 machine. That's got to be disappointing. That's not what you want to see. Terry Foster. Oh my goodness.
It's going to be interesting, Chris. He really wants to let his crew work on that car. I mean, you know, it doesn't look all that bad, but that will hurt his aerodynamics. And the other thing that it's really going to hurt, it's going to hurt being able to push somebody because, well, actually, it might help now that I'm looking at it. Push in the middle of that nose.
Yeah, usually you're going to be able to push somebody still, but if you're up front, you're going to be, it's like a sail out there. So that's something to be wary of. I don't know why he was coming down pit road. Some of his teammates weren't until now. So playing a different pit strategy, a little bit different there. And new race leader though, Casey Campbell in the number 73, John Perkins, Rick Thompson, Fred Thompson out there in 4th position, Brad Collins in 5th.
And of course, right now, Chris, yeah, they're leading the pack, but they haven't come down pit road yet. Along with, looks like maybe Ian Habiak still out there also. Like he's going to be coming down. A little bit of side damage on the 16, but he might be okay.
Yeah, luckily I don't think side damage does a lot to these cars here in the sim. At least not yet. But it does do a little, and who knows? We're going to have to hop in the car at some point here, see if we can see any damage out of the windshield. And it looks like the front pack coming down pit road right now. A good job out of those 5 drivers to keep it straight. And that should give the lead on over to Aaron Backover when it all cycles through. Backover all by himself on the bottom line, though, so it's not going to last. Here comes Garrison. Garrison goes around him in a heartbeat. And, oh, my goodness, the only thing he is doing is looking, going, were those the other cars?
Yeah, Backover kind of just stuck there, you know, waiting for the Shermanator to come, but too little too late there, Chris, and that front pack just blew by him. Eric Garrison should take over the lead here at some point. Everything starts going. He's got Morosco right behind him with Marquis Smith, and here comes the 88. The multiple time winners here this season right now running on that outside lane. The 88 and the 41. The 41's hoping that the 10 starts catching up, but right now the 88 and the 41 might be able to take over positions 1 and 2, and it looks like they're going to do it.
Yeah, 41 drops down below along with the 88 for first and second. Then the 41 pops right back out. He may have a run. Colin Kilrow looking for the race lead. Oh my goodness, Kilrow getting it done. Dolan Kilrow running that outside lane. He's got the 10 and the 92 right behind him. The Butcher, Blake Decker, and how about Derek Paulson driving that new MF Designs car for the 2nd week in a row.
Glad he kept that number 6 car because it does look nice. I love that paint job.
Well, he was driving with one hand, but now both hands firmly on the wheel as he is vying for the lead here. Don Kilrow in the 41. Dr. Squatch Machine looking for the race lead. Let's remember, guys, that this race brought to us by TRJKarting.com. Make sure to go on over to TRJKarting.com for all of your karting needs. They also have a section dedicated to sim racers. Kilrow with the Butcher had the race lead right up into the corner. And then Walker, using the shorter distance around that inside lane, was able to take it back. But now Kilrow on the outside has it with the momentum of that motor just cranking up the RPMs.
Yeah, what's really kind of hurting Jamie Walker right now is Garrison in the 15. It's hanging back just a little bit, and of course there's a small gap in between him and Morosco and Smith, so those guys really need to get together. You see the 21 getting up close to the back bumper of Morosco, so they're going to try to work it out, but Dalton Kilrow comes down in front of Walker.
Yeah, that could be a planned move to let the 10 come on the outside. See if the 41 woes it up just a little bit, or if he just wants to stay out front.
Yeah, help with old Woodside there in the night too is really starting to push that 10 into the lead. Now the 10's going to come down and leave old Woodside up there by himself. I mean, personally, when I'm on this track, Chris, I like to be on the inside. That's my preferred line. I like to stay down there as much as I possibly can until I need to make some moves on the outside and do just what these guys are doing. But you can get kind of screwed when you try to think like that too. You can't get any help to help push, but right now Woodside's getting plenty of help from Paulson in the 6, and Brian D's coming up through. Aaron Backover, the Shermanator. Even David Bennett's in the play here, helping these guys around.
Yeah, David Bennett, first car, 1 lap down. We saw that he kind of missed the start of the race, but was able to get back out on track. Did fall a lap down to the leaders, though, as he was 1 car versus 20 at the time.
Yeah, but he played it smart, Chris. He came down pit road, did a service when the other top leaders came down, so he was able to hang on to that. He knows that, maybe he's not going to get the finish that he wants during stage 1, but come stage 2, he's going to be back on the lead lap.
Yeah, the Butcher lets it float up just a little bit, and the 41 lets him come back in line right now. A lot of patience being observed here from the 41, just trying to let everybody survive. Ten laps away, stage number 1 will be in the books, and right now the Butcher is your race leader. On the outside, though, it is Blake Decker, along with Derek Paulson, and the 17 of Brian Dees, the 44 of Aaron Backover, his teammate, the 3-car Corey Sherman, all on the lead lap, all on the outside lane, trying to make it move. The 19 car, Tanner Marr out there on the bottom side. You see back just a little further, it's Ian Haybuck. Ian might be in trouble, Rick. I believe he's lost the draft.
Yeah, Chris, I've been watching the 16 there, and I think you're absolutely right. I mean, he might be picking up the tail end of it, but I don't know if it's enough to really suck into line here. He's got some work to do to try to catch up to the back bumper of these guys.
Well, the reason why I say he lost the draft right now, he is doing 177 miles an hour versus 191 out of your leaders. And that is not a good feeling to watch those cars get smaller and smaller out of the windshield.
Well, the good luck is, Chris, is that, like you said, the stage 1 is going to be ending here in a few more laps. So, all he's going to do is kind of hang on, and he'll be able to reset and do what he's got to do. Make some moves up there for stage number 2. Hopefully get back on that lead lap and go for it from there. But right now, he's just out there. He's just riding around. And you're right. That does play. Ian, if you're listening, man, don't let it bother you. I see that your dad's not there tonight. Although maybe he is. Maybe it's just talking verbally to him. In the TeamSpeak channel.
I don't know how else you would talk to somebody, Rick.
Sign language, bro.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's a good idea when the kid's trying to do 190 miles an hour. Oh, Jamie Walker, way down on the bottom of the track. He saw something he didn't like and he bailed. He saw something he didn't like and the 88 machine bailed out of it. Too soon for that, he said, and he walked himself back. Jamie Walker in the 88. I'm not entirely sure what he saw.
Chris, he's the most winningest driver this season. So, and we watched Jamie Walker race a couple of seasons, so we know that he's a very smart race car driver. It's just, you got to go with your gut. If you see something, guys, maybe being a little crazy, not holding their line quite perfect, maybe somebody blinked that we didn't see, something. made Walker back off. Usually he doesn't back off, but if he sees something that he doesn't like out there, he's definitely going to bail and do what he has to do. Now he's working on that outside lane, getting a really good run up. Getting around the 9 of Nico Kie, working on the 19 of Tanner Marr, catching up to the back bumper of the Shermanator. And that's a car that I'd want to follow. I mean, come on. Got the black number 3 back out there. He knows how to win around this thing.
Now, Corey Sherman, one of those drivers that absolutely could use a win here tonight. Doesn't think he has it at the Roval next week, Rick, so that leaves him with tonight. And it really is win if you can. If not, finish second and hope that the other Corey Rutherford, doesn't have a very good run at all. Right now, Corey Rutherford being scored in 18th spot. Corey Sherman being scored in 10th.
And the points are very close, Chris, to get into the get above that cutoff line. So every position helps. But right now, I mean, nobody's happy, taking 5th or whatever. You want to win this thing. You want to do everything you possibly can. There's still a lot of laps left to go. Plenty of time to make moves.
Now about 4 laps though until we see the first scheduled caution flag around this big track known as Talladega. Live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network and over at the Pride Outdoor Network, prideoutdoornetwork.com. Make sure to check them out. The 10 car leading the way, it's the Butcher. The 92, Blake Decker, just kind of holding station there on the outside. Can't quite seem to get the run that he needs. Brian D's third in line on the top side. Trying everything he can to get everybody going. Oh, and there's some momentum now on the top line. Oh, the 92 had a chance at it. Couldn't make it happen. Oh, Paulson pops out. A little bit of a wiggle out of the 6 car. Now he is on the top side. And he rejoins the group. Aaron Bockover, though. Aaron Bockover says, you guys aren't moving at all. I'm going to go. And look at him go on that top lane. Oh, no. We got one going into the wall. Who is that? The 19, Tanner Marr, got into the wall. He really wound himself up. Able to get back on track. Not a lot of damage to the 19.
This is where things get interesting, Chris, because these guys are allowed to go 3 wide at the last 10 laps of the stages, and that's what we're starting to see.
Well, remember, that rule doesn't really exist, Rick.
Oh, no, that's exactly what Sam said.
Oh, that's what the... Okay, so it is live. Okay.
Usually what it was you couldn't go 3 wide until the end of the... to the last 10 of the race, but now there's, they cannot go 3 wide until the last 10 laps of each stage.
Blake Decker bails.
Final stage is go time. I don't blame these guys. I mean, 3 wide this early, I know people want to get those extra bonus points, but this is where bad things can happen.
Boy, how good would it feel for Brian Dees to win the stage here tonight after losing his brother on Wednesday. Oh man, photo finish. Nope, they're separating it out again. It was between Paulson and Aaron Bach over that time by. Aaron Bach over on the top lane with Jamie Walker pushing. And up the middle, here comes the 21 of Marquis Smith. Smith looking to be a presence at the end of this lap.
But they're breaking out of it right now, Chris.
Yeah, again.
Below that yellow line just a little bit.
It doesn't surprise me to see some of these guys kind of wiggle their way back. Oh, the 88 goes down to the middle lane. That leaves Bach over by himself until Corey Sherman, which he is there now, finally does get to the back bumper. 1 lap to go before we fall under caution. Oh, excuse me. I guess it's right now. My Lord. Marquis Smith. Marquis Smith is our stage 1 winner. congratulations goes out to him. Kind of out of nowhere, up 15 spots from the beginning of the race to take over the lead when it counted, Rick.
I'm trying to figure out what happened, Chris, because we're still on lap number 36 here. It should have came out once these guys crossed to start lap 37.
Well, I don't know, but here we are under caution. And it's all good in the hood, man. Now they're just trying to catch the pace car. And finally, he does catch that pace truck. I don't know what took him so long, honestly, Rick. It's just a Chevy.
Yeah, but it's out there doing its thing right now. So it looks like a little premature drop of the yellow flag there, but all set.
All right, here we are, stage number 1 at Talladega. There will be pit stops happening, and we are going to step away for just a moment. We will be right back.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
Back live here at Talladega. And it seems like, well, Rick, it seems like we were right. The caution flag dropped a lap too soon. But with that said, Marquis Smith going to go down as the stage 1 winner. We do have a new race leader. It's going to be Brian Dees in the 17. Aaron Bockover going to restart to his outside. Corey Sherman going to start 3rd. And Marquis Smith, our stage 1 winner, going to restart in the 4th position.
Rick Thompson rounding out that top 5. Chris, next to him is going to be Brad Collins. A bunch of Speed Mafia guys going to be up there trying to get their work done. It's right where you want to be for the 2nd stage. Terminator kind of split from his TNA Motorsports teammate there. Like you said, Aaron Bacco, we're going to be starting on the outside in position number 2. So this is going to get interesting to see. I know Brian Dees did come over the radio and said that I am definitely taking the inside lane. And I think that was a good move there for the 17. Kind of split those teammates a little bit. Fun is going to be beginning.
Splits of teammates is one thing, and the other is, look, let's face it, the inside lane. By and large, that's where you want to be.
I mean, honestly, if I was Backover, I think I would maybe hang back just a little bit and hope that my teammate, I'd be communicating with him over race comms and being like, hey, buddy, let me down.
Let me down, yeah, exactly. Pace truck rolls off. We're going to watch our drivers, bottom left-hand side, bottom right-hand side. Left-hand side is Dalton Killer. Right-hand side, Corey Sherman. As we take the green flag again, it should be happening here very shortly. It's a long way to go before you get that green here, isn't it, Rick?
Oh, it really is. I mean, since they reconfigured the track, Chris moved that start-finish line towards turn 1 just a little bit there. It makes it a little interesting.
Green is the call. And here we go. The outside line actually with a really good restart here. Brian Dees didn't get a jump at all. And Aaron Bockover going to try and push his luck on the outside lane. He's got the 21 right behind him, Marquis Smith. And this is where some communication starts happening, right? As a teammate, you're going to be like, here I am on the top side. What am I going to do? I'm going to move down. That's what I'm going to do. Don't think for a second every little move isn't broadcasted to your teammates, because at a track like this, it sure is. Communication is key.
Hopefully Aaron Bockover now. We know we talked to Terry, we talked to Aaron too. You know, Bockover's usually pretty quiet, but, you know, races like this, you can't be quiet. You gotta let your attentions be heard. You gotta get them out there in the air so that your teammates know.
That's a very solid point, Rick. Yeah, normally if you're a quiet guy, this isn't the place to do it. It doesn't mean you have to be chatting every second, but certainly got to let your intentions known, as you said.
Right now, teammates still being split up by the 17 of Brian Dees. You know, it was hard because the way that these cars restart, Chris, I mean, it takes them, you know, a good lap and a half to really get up to speed. I mean, we're seeing Aaron Bockover right now at about 190 miles, or not Marquis Smith, but still 190 miles per hour. Bockover doing a heck of a job, but I think he would like his teammate behind him, although, you know, Brian Dees, he's kind of just chilling out there, helping him out.
Ooh, the outside lane gets split up a little bit.
Rick Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson decides he wants to lead one.
What a good move by Thompson, Chris, to take over the lead.
On the back stretch, Rick Thompson, your race leader. Oh, Bockover moves to the outside. Bockover's going to want it back, Rick. There's a big gap, though, between Bockover and Marquis Smith on the outside lane. Marquis got to try and close it up to try and help Bockover. Ooh, way out to the far outside lane was Marquis Smith that time. Two different levels of concentration happening by our drivers on the bottom of the screen.
I don't think the Shermanator ever lets go of his steering wheel. I really don't.
Well, he can't right now. He is in it. He is in a pack.
Marquis Smith falling way behind now. Went way up into the third
Oh,
lane
wow.
up against that outside wall.
Yeah, he saw something he didn't like and said, okay, I'll be back later. Up front, it's Brian Dees in the 17. The outside lane going to try and gather it back together and make a push. Rick Thompson leading the way on the outside lane, and right now at the line, man, that was close, Rick, but he had him.
Very close.
Rick Thompson leads that lap. And now Corey Sherman has really got to get on that back bumper of the 17. The problem with these cars, Rick, you have to hit them very square. If you're going to do some bump drafting here, it has to be very, very square. Oh, the 76. He's out. He's out in the outside lane. Oh, man, is he getting squirrely up there. He's going to fade back. Aaron Bockover leads the outside lane now. Well, the 76 didn't fade back as far as I thought he was going to. Rick Thompson found a hole and stuffed it in.
Now, there's two drivers out there that are kind of looking for a hole, Chris. I truly believe, because I don't see how they're really helping each other unless they just say, screw it, let's go. But it's the 44 and the 3. You would think that they'd want to get kind of tied up. Of course, Terry Foster's back there right behind the 55 right now of Corey Rutherford. Those guys just battling it out side by side, lap after lap right now, and I'm talking about the Shermanator and Bockover right now. Doesn't look like Feeney in that number 38 is going to leave any room there for the 44 to drop down either.
Well, I wouldn't.
Heck no.
I don't think Bockover's in a bad place.
You might be happy on that. I mean, I don't like being on the outside here at Talladega. I like that inside. Because your chances of being hung out to dry on the inside lane, very, very slim. Now, it can happen. But to be hung, if the 22 gets clear of the 38, sees that little hole there and he can get in there, that's going to hurt Bockover. Like Feeney trying to keep that close from the 22.
Aaron Bockover leading that outside lane. Brian Dees, your race the leader on the inside lane. And Corey Sherman doing a great job pushing right now. An aerodynamic push. Just by virtue of being close to that rear bumper, Rick. You don't even have to touch it.
Exactly. That air just comes down, acts as a little buffer. But let me tell you, one guy who's happy, besides Brian Dees, is the 44 of Aaron Bockover, Chris, because he doesn't really have to worry about temperatures at all.
No, you're right. Oh, look at that.
There we go.
Corey Sherman just launches ahead of the 44 teammates, finally together since the green flag dropped here in stage 2. They have been in opposite lanes. Oh, man, Corey Sherman just used him to get to the race lead, Rick.
Well, Chris, he might not have used them too much. He might have, said, hey, listen, my temperatures, because he was right behind against the back bumper of the 17, Chris, so his temperatures could have been getting warm. He'd probably need to get some good, clean, cool air in there.
And here comes Aaron Bockover on the outside lane, trying to go door to door with his teammate Corey Sherman. Can't quite get there. That outside lane just not quite formed up enough. If they could get in a straight line, boy, that would launch Bockover. Right now, though, your race leader, Corey Sherman, doing everything that he needs to do. Remember, he's one of those guys that's tied, along with Corey Rutherford, to try and get into that next round. Sherman would love nothing more tonight than a race win. Can you imagine the pressure that would take off from him?
It would take off a lot of pressure, Chris. And for me personally, though, I want to see it, and not because I like Corey.
Oh,
Ooh.
Sherman!
Yes,
Oh, man. He's going to keep it going, but he is going to lose a bunch of time.
I just wanted to see the Black 3 win again on Talladega.
Bockover uses the opportunity to move down to the inside lane in front of Brian Dees, and that gives Brad Collins the upper lane with John Perkins on his backside.
That thing is, Corey Sherman was just leading the race, Chris, right now sitting in 21st position.
And that, Rick, we know is how it happens here at Talladega. It's just
That's
like
Vega.
that.
Don't get discouraged right now, Shermanator, because there's still a lot of racing left, and you can go from there right back up to the front in a matter of no time.
Yeah, I think he's okay with it. I just saw him take a sip. I think he's okay. Certainly not what he wanted, Rick, but, you know.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Chris, but look at this, the Cinderella story. John Perkins right now leading this thing on the outside. Of course, you know, John Perkins, right before the round of 16 started, was just in 17th position. He was just on the outside of that bubble, and then because somebody who was in the top 16 decided to stop racing here, that allowed John Perkins to get in, so he's trying to get another Sunday night off right now, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And this would certainly do it for him. I noticed something, Rick. I didn't want to say too much about it until I made sure that was what was going on, but the 86 failed. Terry Foster, he's a lap down or more. About a lap down, yeah. He saw what happened to his teammate, and now I believe he is working back to his teammate to make sure he doesn't lose the draft. Now that is teamwork.
That is teamwork right there.
See the 86 drop down, and that's exactly what Sherman needs in order to kind of stay with that lead pack. It won't surprise me one bit to see those cars go back up to the top lane and try and get back around this track.
You know, Chris, we joke a lot in saying that, you know, it's all about teamwork until you got only a couple laps left to go, and then it's every man for themselves. And in a way that is true, but, you know, teammates, you're still a teammate. And you want to get out there. Now, we know that Terry Foster doesn't have a chance to move to the next round, so you know he's going to help, you know, Aaron Bockover in the Shermanator as much as he can, even if it costs him a race win, because getting those two guys a higher position really going to help out. So, you know, I mean, not everybody just says, and, you know, you and I, we joked about it before because, you know, we used to do a lot of speedway racing and doing a little bit of Carb Cup or something just for fun, and, you know, we would always joke about that, but I always knew that if you were behind me, you know, I knew that you weren't going to do something crazy to get me knocked out. You might try to make a move if you have a chance, but, you know, you still stick with your teammates. That was a really cool move there by the man. That's why we call him the man, Terry Foster. Because he knew that his teammate went down there. You wanted to make sure that, you know, the Shermanator was going to be okay and did what he had to do. And look at the 86. He's making all kinds of moves right now, Chris.
Yeah, he wants to move back up into the lead lap, and if he can get around Ian Habiak and Fred Thompson, he'll achieve that. Still a ways to go for the 86 machine, but he is getting on it right now. David Bennett in the 13, your race leader, and we haven't talked about it, but at the end of the first stage, Rick, he was a lap down.
And that's what I love about Talladega, Chris. I mean, you know, he's up 23 positions, but really he's double that because, like you said, he was a lap down. He was doing some crazy things out there right now.
Big time whoa up for Ian Habiak on the inside lane. Ian is going to be bringing it down onto the apron, but man, he woed up that inside lane a lot before he could get there.
Oh, Rick Thompson blinking.
Oh, I thank God that's what it was. No, I saw smoke and I was like, and then you said, whoa, and I'm like, oh no. Oh, thankfully we're still under green here. Lap 54 of 113. A long ways to go here at Talladega, but it's not going to take these guys that long.
Yeah, Brian Dees in the lead now, getting challenged on the inside there by Joshua Rutherford in the 64 machine. Rutherford brothers, they're locked. Actually, yeah, they're locked up right now.
Yeah, oh yeah. Nose to tail are Joshua and Corey. Brian Dees looking to try and lead another lap here. He does. Man, how special would this one be? The 17 doing a fantastic job out there. Your race leader, the 17, Joshua Rutherford in second. Corey Rutherford, David Bennett, your top 4. Top 5 includes Eric Garrison, our pole sitter here tonight. Garrison had a good first 12 or 13 laps, Rick, and then kind of faded back. Now, he's moving his way back up front. Speaking of moving his way up front, we were just talking about him not so long ago. How about the 86 machine? He dropped all the way back to his teammate, and now he's catching the race leaders. Corey Sherman would have been good to follow him, Rick.
Yeah, not sure. I mean, I'd love to have been down in that channel to try to figure out what was going on there, but, you know, Foster, he's like, listen, I got to try to get my lap back, guys.
Terry Foster had a little bit of difficulty entering pit road the last time we did green flag stops. And, well, he's about a lap down now. But he is looking to get it back the old-fashioned way. He's got to get around Fred Thompson. That's the big one. Fred Thompson being scored just ahead of him. Oh, and this is going to help right here.
A bunch of guys coming down pit road.
Oh, look at the shuffle. My goodness. A bunch of guys, yeah. Like half the field. And that gives the lead over to Brandon Feeney. The 38 leads this one now. Oh, man. On the outside, it's the 86. Trying to get his lap back. He's got to do it against Brandon Feeney. But Feeney has the 17 of Brian Dees right behind him, and those two cars going to go faster than the one car. Speaking of the one car, that's Ty Morosco. He's running in third spot right now. He's got Jamie Walker right behind him. I expect this group going to peel off. They do.
Oh, Brian Dees, hang on to it, buddy.
Oh, boy. Whew. All right, back up front. New race leader, Derek Paulson. And he's got the 10 car. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Nick Okie right behind him. Blake Decker, Tanner Marr, Dalton Kilrow all in that group.
Of course, we heard last week the 6 machine of Derek Paulson switching teams here late in the season, but tonight those guys deciding all to work together here. I don't blame them. The more friends you have out on track, better it is.
Terry Foster decides he's going to bring it down pit road. Oh, Foster was more than a lap down. Now that I'm starting to look at the math a little bit more. But boy, his car is not hurting. It was fast, especially inside of the pack. Don't know how it is on its own. So green flag pit stops here at Talladega underway. Top 6 drivers still have not come down pit road for their green flag stop. So the 6 drivers on screen, less Fred Thompson in the 46. He has come down. The 10, the 9, the 6, the 92, the 19, and the 41 still have not come down pit road. It might be this time. I'm certain they're going to come together.
I mean, that would be the best thing for them to do.
Here it comes. 6 drivers coming down pit road. And man, is it a hard thing to do here, Rick? Dusting off all that speed. But they do it. And I'm not going to speak too soon, but I think we might have a new leader once this all cycles through. The 1 car, Ty Morosco.
course, he's got the 88 Jamie Walker right behind him with Marquis Smith, and then there's a little bit of gap there to Eric Garrison. Now, it's not big enough to worry anything, but they are trucking.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, they're trucking, but they weren't trucking fast enough. Dalton Kilroe, Derek Paulson, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and Blake Decker ahead of Time Orozco as they just came out of pit road. So they're not up to speed yet. These other drivers are, and this is going to get dangerous. You absolutely have to push when you just come out of pit road. And they didn't push hard enough. Time Orozco, your race leader. Brian Dees just ahead of him. He's got the 64 Joshua Rutherford in front of him, but that's not going to be enough. Brian Dees and Joshua Rutherford in. Oh, they're going to go down a lap. It's going to happen. That outside lane, Rick, is pushing so hard right now. All your lead lap drivers are on that outside lane, and they are cruising. 195 miles an hour for Time Orozco and Jamie Walker.
I kind of feel bad for Brian Dees right now, Chris, because he was with that. Actually, no, he wasn't. He was right there behind Rutherford. Okay, never mind.
Dees has to do whatever he can to get around Rutherford to try and win this one. Right now, being scored one lap down.
Eric Garrison, who I was thinking of, kind of stuck there on that inside lane because all the lead lap cars stayed up high.
Yeah, Garrison in the 15 car.
Look who's leading right now, Chris. The guy who we were kind of a little bit worried about there a bunch of laps ago. Kind of didn't like this, didn't like what he saw, so he kind of backed out. But right now, the 88 leading this thing with the 44 right behind him. Orozco racing hard on the inside.
Walker, Bockover, and Sherman, the outside lane, the inside lane, Time Orozco. And then you have the lap down vehicles of Joshua Rutherford, Brian Dees. Through the corners, running 188 miles an hour. On the straightaways, we saw 195 at one point.
And now Jamie's sitting there waving, "Come on, Bockover, give me a push, buddy, give me a push. Bring the Shermanator with you. We got to get around Orozco."
Surprisingly, Jamie stayed up to the top lane. He had enough room to clear, but didn't make it happen. Tim out there in chat. Tim, how are you tonight, bud? Hope everything's going well for you.
I know it's not the bad timing on the Tahoe. I heard that thing running this morning.
Well, the bottom lane starting to swallow the top lane starting to swallow the bottom lane a little bit. And as I say that, the inside lane gets a little bit of a push, a little bit of momentum. Time Orozco going to try and fight back on the inside lane. Hey, this would be a great race for Ty as well. He'd like to win one. Man, this thing has been going green the whole way, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to mention something about that earlier, Chris. I kind of don't want to jinx it because, you know, this is just the first 2 stages that we're going through. You know, when it really counts, I think we're, I mean, the guys have been very good, cool, calm, and collected, making smart passes, smart moves, doing what they have to do. But when we come down to, you know, that last stage, every man for themselves. I mean, that's when things are going to start getting crazy, especially when we go 20, 15, 10 laps to go. But right now, great racing here tonight from Talladega with the Blazing Pedals TRJKarting.com K&N Series. Couple close calls, but guys were smart. Did what they had to do. I know exactly what Mark and Sam are saying right now. They're saying, Rick, shut up. Don't jinx it.
Lap 67. Stage ends at the end of lap number 72. We're about 5 laps away. Still side by side. Got some slower cars coming up here, Rick. Among them, Corey Rutherford.
Yeah, I just heard Rutherford come over the radio and told the guys that they are going to, you know, lots of communication going on, Chris. He just came over the radio and said, hey guys, I'm going to keep my car way up against the outside wall. Go to the back.
Brandon Feeney also up in that top lane, going down a lap.
I mean, there's one guy that's kind of happy right now to see that happen, though. It's the 3, Shermanator. Corey Sherman says, hey, that 55, that's the guy who I was really racing for to try to get through to this next, safely through this next stage. Point chase.
Hey, not out of the woods yet, though, Rick. I really would like to see a win with Corey Sherman. It'd be so important here. The guy I'm watching right now, Brian Dees, and the 64 of Joshua Rutherford, both of those drivers were trapped 1 lap down, and if they stay like this, they're not going to be able to get that lap back, or at least one of them won't.
Right now, it looks like Joshua Rutherford is the first car a lap down.
And the top lane is starting to come out. Oh, the 44 goes on up. Aaron Bockover wants to try and win this stage. That left the 88 and the 3 car in the sucker hole. We're 3 wide here at Talladega, getting ready to end stage number 2, and we still have a couple of laps to go, Rick.
Yeah, we really do. Now it's going to be interesting. Okay, now the Shermanator could move down along with Jamie Walker, and that's exactly what they're planning on doing.
Oh boy.
Terminator's over there looking at his teammate going, you should have just stuck with me, bud.
Bockover moves down to the inside lane. Jamie Walker goes with him. And that's going to open up the outside for the 41 of Dalton Kilrow, 3 wide at the line. Oh my goodness.
Marquis Smith and Terry Foster getting into it a little bit. We're staying green though. Oh. That could have been disaster.
Green flag still out. About a lap and a half before that caution flag flies. The 44 moves in front of his teammate of Corey Sherman. Aaron Bockover now with the race lead. Sherman with a good push. The 88, Jamie Walker in the sucker hole, but Rick Thompson right behind him. That middle lane's going to get a push now. Brad Collins is there.
Hey, Collins there. Here comes Perkins. Perkins moves down. Kind of leaves those 2 guys, Dalton Kilrow and Paulson, kind of just left them hanging a little bit there. But you kind of expect it, you know, 3-speed Mafia cars running together, pushing Jamie Walker right now. Terminator's going, come on, Morosco, catch up to me, buddy.
Yeah, he really is.
Help us out a little bit. With lap traffic coming into the view, Chris, this could get interesting.
Not going to matter because we're going to get to the line. Who's it going to be? Who? It's Jamie Walker. Jamie Walker with the race lead at the end of the stage. Caution, flag falls for just the second time here tonight. It's going to be a stage finish. Jamie Walker, stage 2 winner.
Chris, I mean, you know I love this track, man. I love racing at Talladega. It's one of my, well, it is my favorite track. Then it goes, obviously, Daytona and then Bristol and stuff like that. But, man, I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to a break, man, because I need a drink. I need to, my heart's pumping like crazy. These guys doing a heck of a job here tonight.
Yeah, this one has been good. Now, Rick, I want you to go get that drink. I want you to relax for a minute. No heart attacks allowed here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
You know, the end of stage 2, Chris, I mean, stage 1 was good, but the end of stage 2, I got to go grab a beverage.
Uh-huh.
I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. As Rick steps away, so will we. We're going to be back for the roundup of this race. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, it has been a fantastic race. Don't go away because you will certainly miss something. We'll be back.
problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got it for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show under the world of outlaw.
All right, guys, that is going to be it for cautions that were scheduled anyways. This one's going to get interesting because we are far from done with this race. We're going to be working lap number 77 when we go back to green flag racing. Aaron Bockover being scored as your race leader. Rick Thompson, John Perkins, Brad Collins, your top four. Casey Campbell running in 5th spot. Corey Sherman comes out of pit road in 6th position. I will make a note that stage 2 winner Jamie Walker was the race leader after his initial pit stop, but he came back down for fuel just to kind of top it off.
Well, you know, Chris, after that last stage, all I got to say is this.
Yes, sir. This is not done. We have not seen the big one. We don't know if we will.
That yet. Yeah, let's just not talk about that.
Fred Thompson, Brian Dees, Brandon Feeney, Terry Foster, Corey Rutherford, David Bennett, and Ian Habiak, all drivers at least one lap down. Ian Habiak, as we saw in chat, unfortunately, has loaded it into the hauler, and he needs to get ready for next week at the Roval. Oh, we have one into the wall. Oh my goodness, Rick Thompson just hit the wall. Okay, well, pace truck is on pit road, Rick. It's a good thing that there's no jet dryer out there.
Hey, let's leave poor Juan Montoya alone, man.
Green flag is out. Stage number 3 is underway. Oh man, I'm not sure what happened there. That was kind of nuts. Oh, Speed Mafia guys, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
All I got to say, Chris, I might have to stop before the end of this thing and get some blood pressure medicine.
Oh, come on over. I've got plenty. Oh man, look at this. Speed Mafia setting it up now. Top lane 1, 2, and 3. Mafia guys. Rick Thompson takes over the race lead from the 44. Now his job is to back it down a little bit, right? He's going to try and get Brad Collins up there and John Perkins up there, and he is doing it perfectly. Oh, the 44 had an opportunity, but he missed it, Rick. He missed the opportunity to try and get in front of his teammate or behind, one or the other, of Corey Sherman, but missed that opportunity. Now it's all Speed Mafia, 1, 2, 3.
And Thompson's leaving no room for the Shermanator to come down, Chris. And neither is the 46. The 46 riding high right now.
Yeah, the 46. Well, that's Fred Thompson. Fred Thompson is having a great night. He is the first car 1 lap down, but the 46 has been mighty racy here. Lap number 79. Almost in the books. Brad Collins gonna lead this one. And the 3 car, Corey Sherman, trying to make that outside lane work. Heading into the corner. Sherman with a good head of speed. Side by side now with John Perkins. John Perkins goes up to the top side of his lane.
And there's a lot of Speed Mafia cars out there right now, Chris. Brad Collins, Casey, Fred, Rick Thompson. They're all there.
Got Corey Sherman on screen, bottom right-hand side. He is intense right now.
Blame him? I mean, his teammates aren't that far behind. Right behind Rick Thompson, that's the 44 Baron Bockover. Then you got the 73 Casey Campbell. And then the 86 of Terry Foster trying to work his way up to help his teammates out a little bit. And I went down right before the break, Chris, and before I had to take a breather there to calm my nerves a little bit. And let me tell you, those guys down there at TNA Motorsports having a heck of a time in their channel.
Corey Sherman lost Fred Thompson. Thompson joins his teammates, but picks up Brian Dees and the 64 of Joshua Rutherford and the 86 of Terry Foster. And Bockover still in that bottom lane, has not gone to the top side yet. And Corey Sherman moves it on down. The race leader, Corey Sherman. And that is going to open up the door for Brian Dees to try and get back on the lead lap. And he does. And look who's right there. The 86 machine of Terry Foster. Proving out that if he didn't have that little caution thing happen, now it wasn't a caution because he was already on pit road, but he ended up smacking the inside retaining wall of pit road. If that didn't happen, Rick, would we be calling Terry Foster's name out as a race winner?
Oh, very well. Right now, what Corey Sherman's saying is, hey, stop pushing that 64. We're racing for position, man.
Terry drops down behind his teammate, exactly what he needed to do.
Probably because he heard me say that. Oh, shit.
Whoops.
Bockover still went up there when he had a chance to get behind Foster, and that's all water under the bridge now. You know, Bockover's got to try to get back up there, Chris. Right now, Bockover's sitting in 6th place.
And Foster down 2 laps right now. Brian Dees, who's leading the charge, is actually the first car not on the lead lap. So Brian Dees running an 18th spot here, but did get his lap back. If something were to happen right now, Rick, he'd have a chance at this race.
I gotta give props to Joshua Rutherford though, Chris. He is the only car on that outside lane trying to do what he has to do. Got some help coming, and it looks like it's Walker and Garrison, but they're a little ways back.
Yeah, a little ways. They're a long ways out, Rick.
I mean, Shermanator's very happy right now that his teammate is right behind him. Kind of in that position that I wouldn't want to be, because you want to try to keep Speed Mafia. If they move up and work that outside lane, Chris, I mean, that could spell disaster. There's a lot of them there.
Well, we're in Talladega, Rick, and we haven't done it yet, so I think we should. These guys absolutely deserve it, and so do we. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on TV, go ahead and turn it right on up to about 100 or so. If you're watching on your cell phone or any other mobile device, you crank the volume all the way up to 10 or 100, whatever the case may be. But whatever you're watching on, know that it is time to turn it up. And if that doesn't get your blood pumping, you might want to visit the doctor. I'm not sure. Rick, these guys have been having a lot of fun out there tonight. I'm kind of jealous.
I'm very jealous. You know me, man. I mean, if Mark or Sam or any of those guys said, hey, why don't you come race with us tonight, you would have been in your booth by yourself. You know that.
I do know that. The lead right now going back and forth between Joshua Rutherford and Corey Sherman. The 86 jumped to the outside lane during that turn it up to kind of act as a little bit of a blocker for his teammate. Smart move with 24 laps to go.
Smart move, Chris, but the problem is that 64 very fast, pushing that 86. The 86 actually doing a little bit more damage than what he thinks he's doing there for the 3. But what I'm thinking, Chris, is maybe with that little bit of damage that Terry had to the front of that car, which his crew looks like they might have fixed it, his temperatures might have been getting pretty hot. He might have had to jump out there or risk blowing that engine.
I don't know. I think he's out there as a blocker. I don't think it had anything to do at all with temperature. And right now, he's doing what he needs to do. He's going to run side by side with the 17 of Brian Dees. Should something happen, should the 64 try and step out, I believe the 86 is going to make that car about 14 feet wide.
I just want to say, Terry, technically you're not leading, but you're leading. Proud of you, buddy.
Again, kind of just a sign of things that may have been had he not had a problem on pit road.
I mean, the same thing with Brian Dees, Chris. You know, look where he's at right now.
Very true. He's the final car on the lead lap by virtue of being ahead of the leader. Worked hard to do it.
For what Eric Garrison's doing. Eric Garrison had a really good run, but he went out to the way outside, dropping back a little ways.
Yeah, Garrison, he may have had too good of a run. As you mentioned, got up a little high. The battle really is up front here, though, Rick. As this one,
3 and the 64. Of course,
20.
the 64 got his brother here coming up now. Right now, Corey Rutherford, you know, this is a battle of the Corey tonight, Chris. Right now, Corey Sherman running in second and battling for the lead here, but, you know, Corey Rutherford down in 21st position.
will it be enough?
He's coming. It's going to be interesting. He's coming up to help his brother. I mean, this is crazy right now. It really is. This is a fantastic race. That's all I can say. 21 laps to go, Chris. I don't want it to end, man.
Teammates versus brothers? Is blood thicker than water? We're going to find out here at Talladega.
I don't think the Shermanator has water in his cup. I've seen his outside tiki bar, man. That ain't water.
He has been sipping from it quite regularly at this point.
You know, if I was him, I'd just be grabbing the bottle of Jack and sipping out of that, man.
Oh, the 86 drops down in front of Dees. Rutherford drops down, leaves his brother out there hanging, and the 55 was in a good position to try and help him out. Now we're single file. Top 6 cars, single file.
I can't take this, man. 20 laps left to go. That means 10 laps left to go, and these guys can do whatever they want on the track, basically.
Oh, it's going to be a drag race.
It's already been a free-for-all. They're allowed to do whatever they want here during this last stint, Chris, but they're playing it smart, and I'm very happy to see that. I mean, these guys have grown so much, you know, since we started broadcasting with them. We've seen a lot of new faces. These guys, top-notch league right here, Chris. That's all I can say about that. These guys are putting on a hell of a show. My heart is pumping. If you need my chair, man, you can have it. I don't need it right now.
Well, that would make 2 of us, Rick, because I think I'm sitting on about the lip of the chair. That's it.
No,
in fact, I just had to adjust myself back as you were saying that because I was just about ready to fall off the thing. No joke. Oh, look at these cars, mostly running single file. 19 laps to go. I think this is a pretty good opportunity. I don't even know.
Man.
I don't even know. That outside lane, getting it done. Fuel stops coming. Green flag pit stops with 19 laps to go. Oh my gosh.
Look at this, guys. Holy cow. Terry the Man Foster coming in. The Shermanator making sure he's coming in with his teammate. Aaron Bockover coming in with him. The 64 says, I better do the same thing. Eric Garrison doing the same thing. What a smart move here.
Yeah, Jamie Walker, a part of that group on pit road, along with Marquis Smith. And we have Taylor the Butcher Benjamin out there leading the way.
Oh, a bunch of guys missed their pit stall, Chris. The Shermanator out first.
Oh, boy. That's going to cost time on the track, Rick. You can't go out there single. You have to be at least part of a 2-car tandem.
Well, the good news is Jamie Walker came out right behind the Shermanator. You got Eric Garrison, Marquis Smith, Terry Foster.
Round 2, much bigger group this time, coming down pit road. Oh, my goodness. I was just going to say before the pit stops happen, Rick, we need to talk about this since we are at Talladega. Green-white checker rule in effect. We will see a winner here tonight. They get 3 attempts at it. But
I'm trying to
my
figure out what
goodness.
happened to Aaron Bockover. Might have had a penalty for speeding on pit road, maybe?
Oh, Aaron.
48.17. Oh, no. 17 laps left to go, Chris. Taylor the Butcher and Benjamin out there leading this thing. Nick Okie in the 9. Eric Paulson, Blake Decker, Tanner Martin in the 19 right now. Rounding out that round, or the top 5. But here comes the Butcher.
Oh, Tanner Marr, hard on the brakes. Ooh. Brings it around. Almost contacts the 41 on pit road. Oh, my goodness, Tanner Marr.
Oh, my heart.
Oh, Lordy. Everybody out still trying to get back up to race speed.
Oh, power move by the Terminator. Holy cow.
Oh, Lord. Eric Paulson leading the way for that last group of cars off from pit road. Will they have enough speed by the time these guys get there, Rick? I don't think so. This group now being led by the 22 of Brad Collins.
Man, I love Talladega.
The group ahead of them just came off from pit road. This pack, the second pack, looking to try and chase them down. They're doing about 10 miles an hour faster than the lead pack. This pack should be able to catch them and knock them down. Let's find out, because it is going to get tight, guys. It's going to get very tight as they go too wide ahead of the race. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. 15 laps to go. Oh, we got it. Here it goes. The big one's going to happen here on lap, I don't know, but 15 laps to go no matter what. And the 3 car was involved. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Corey Sherman was involved. He's now racing a modified. The 3 car lost the front clip. Let's go back and take a peek and see what happened. We see, and we knew it was going to happen, Rick. Garrison involved in that one as well.
Foster, Case Campbell.
Somebody went off screen. We're going to back it up here. Not off screen, I'm sorry, off track.
I believe that would have been the 64, Chris.
Oh, Sherman got into the 64.
Yeah, they caught that lead, or that pack that you were talking about. And it seems like Brian Diaz might have checked up just a little bit, and Rutherford and Shermanator just had no time to react.
This goes back to the very beginning of this race, Rick, where we were talking about the fact that you cannot see past the car in front of you. Out of the Brian D's 17 machine. Oh, D's. I think he was starting to get... Oh, boy. I don't think any Brian D's had nothing to do with that one. Brian D's had nothing to do with that one. All right. Back live, 14 laps to go. Eric Paulson being scored as the race leader.
Hopefully you can see the race, Chris, because you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, good. I went to do the replay, and now I'm stuck on a black screen.
By hitting live?
I did that multiple times.
Okay. All right, well, Rick is going to struggle with that for just a moment, but our race leader is going to be Derek Paulson in the 6th. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin going to hold on to 2nd. Dalton Kilroe 3rd. Blake Decker, Brad Collins round out the top 5. Then it's Nick Okie, John Perkins, Rick Thompson, Ty Morosco, Jamie Walker, your top 10. Oh, man. Big time problems here with 15 laps to go. Rick, I don't suppose you heard anything yet from race control.
I have not yet. Take my iRacing because I can't even do anything in iRacing right now either.
Oh boy. Well, it was only a matter of time. And now we have found it, the big one. And with 13 laps to go, we may not be done yet. I'm counting 5 cars on pit road trying to get repairs. Brian Dees, Eric Garrison, Corey Sherman, Casey Campbell, and Terry Foster. And the guy this is going to hurt Corey Sherman the most, I believe. Let's take a peek in on our drivers. Oops, not that one and not that one. How about this one? There's Corey Sherman, who was just involved. Dalton Kilroe, who right now is running in 3rd. Kilroe to your left. Sherman to your right. Base lights are off on the truck. We're getting ready to go back under green flag conditions. Corey Sherman just trying to catch the pack. Crew did a good job. It looks like they have the front clip back on. I promise you the handling is not going to be there for the 3 car. But now it might be time to make a chance. Take a chance, you know?
You're right. And so my racing totally quit out on me there, Chris, so I had to reload. But I did hear from Sam in race control it was declared a racing incident. So no penalties or anything being handed out. And I mean, that's definitely going to be hurting Corey Sherman, like you said.
Now, Corey Rutherford, who is tied with Corey Sherman coming into tonight, is still on pit road, being scored in 21st. Corey Sherman is being scored in the 16th position. So a little bit of a buffer, but will it be enough? Man, I don't know. The Roval coming up next week. And if we have a first-time winner here, oh, that's going to change everything. Pace car lights are off. We're getting ready to go back green. 12 laps to go. Derek Paulson, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, your front row. Then it's going to be Dalton Kilroe and Blake Decker.
And Terry Foster joining us up here in the booth now.
Hi, guys.
Well, Terry, I'd say you've missed a good one, but you've been in it.
Yeah, I was definitely in it, that's for sure. I can't do nothing. I can't do no more else to help my guys. Or man, I had a bad first pit stop there. That's why I couldn't keep up with them. But I'm done for the night. I'm just gonna sit here with you guys and see what we can do.
Well, let's get back to that as we go back under green. Let's get back to that first pit stop, Terry, because we caught that. The inside wall in your nose kind of met.
Yeah, it was kind of miscommunications with me and the guys about pitting. And I went, they didn't, but that's all right. I mean, I'm not in the chase anymore, so I was just after kind of trying to help them guys, and I just couldn't do it.
Well, after you came back out, you actually were doing fantastic. You know, I can't say you were leading the race, but you were in front of everybody.
Yeah, I had a fast car. Definitely, when I come back out, I can keep up with everybody. And I don't know if you guys showed it or not, but I got up to the front to lead the pack. I was trying to get a lap back in case the caution would have came out. Then everybody had to stop the fuel, of course, and kind of got screwed up there as I come in my pit sideways again.
Well, it happens, but I'll tell you, this one far from over. Unfortunately for Corey Sherman, the front end of that 3 machine is all kinds of beat up, but you look at him on screen and he is just as intense now as he was at the very beginning of this race.
Yeah, I mean, Corey and Aaron both are just, they're not happy right now, which I don't blame them, man. They're just bad day at the racetrack.
The problem with holding on to everything you have until Talladega is a crapshoot. Never know what's going to happen here. But the last time we were here, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin was the race winner. Right now, he's in second spot. He's leading the inside lane, and he's got the 41 of Dalton Kilrow right on his back door on the top lane. You got Derek Paulson, and he is being followed by, I don't even know anymore. How about Blake Decker? We'll call it Blake Decker. Yes, it is.
Chris, last time he was here, Dalton Kilrow won.
Oh, it must have been Daytona then that the Butcher won. It was a super speedway. We'll go with that.
It was May 3rd is our last Dega race.
My goodness. You expect me to remember May? Come on now.
I do, because that was double Talladega night.
Let's see. Dalton, Jamie, Taylor finished 3rd, Aaron.
Oh, good finish nonetheless.
Yeah.
Up front, it's Derek Paulson. That middle lane really is moving right now, and it has been a fast lane. That top lane, Terry, how did the car feel there? Because it looks like whenever there's a couple of cars in that top lane, they can go against 5 or 6 on the bottom lane.
Man, I thought it felt great up there. If you got a little somebody behind you just trying to push you a little bit, man, you can stay right with that lead car. It was no big deal.
Well, I know you were down in the dumps for a little bit, Terry, but I'm going to help you out here for just a second. In the way far up lane, if you want to take a look, right behind Jamie Walker, there is a yellow number 44 there. So Bockover's day is not done.
No, it's actually this caution he really needed to put him back on the lead lap. I believe he is on the lead lap, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Yeah, he really needed that.
Right now being scored in 8th spot, but I wouldn't want to be following anybody other than the guy that he's following right now is Jamie Walker.
Jamie, yeah, definitely.
And Walker seems pretty content to be up in that high top lane there. Meanwhile, we got a battle going for the race lead. Once again, the Butcher and Derek Paulson battling hard for the race lead. And how about this, guys? This is really interesting. The bottom lane right now, it's only 2 cars. Now the 9 of Nico Kie goes down. That should help out that bottom lane a little bit. 38 is lagging behind just a little bit. Brandon Feeney really could help those drivers out on the bottom lane if he could get behind the 9 of Nico Kie. But right now, just can't seem to get there. May have some handling issues. 6 laps to go here at Talladega, and this one has been nothing short of outstanding.
And it's not over yet either. There's a lot of things that can happen right now. These guys racing 3 wide. Jamie Walker finally gets up to the side of the
Oh, John Perkins gets into the wall. Perkins holding it there. Doing a great job. He tried to get up into that top lane and just overshot it a little bit.
Look at Marquis Smith. His hood just popped up, Chris. That answers that question.
Oh, man. That's not great for aerodynamics, guys. I don't care who you are.
Back of John's car, it's all jacked up. He actually lost the rear clip off that.
Look at this. Riding in the cockpit of the 21, you can't see anything.
Wow.
He's hoping that it blows off. I mean, oh, into the wall.
Oh man.
Oh, it's bad. He needs to find that yellow lane and either stick to it or get off the track, one or the other. Too bad for Marquis Smith. He had a fast car here all night.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys caught it. Me and Marquise got into it a little bit. I actually had to slow down to keep beside him so he wouldn't turn all the way. I tried to keep him going straight at one point.
I didn't catch that, but Rick did. He gave an ooh and an ah. And these Speed Mafia guys, they are all over the track.
As we was watching, as I was racing, watching those guys, they stayed on that outside for a long time tonight on out here.
Right now, the best of the bunch, the 22, Brad Collins.
What a big move from Backover. Moves out into that middle lane, guys, leaving Walker out there by himself on that far outside lane.
Not for long. Collins pops out, and Backover goes with him.
That's what they need, to get more cars up on that top lane to do anything.
Oh, Brad Collins with a huge head of steam. Backover right on the back bumper. 3 laps to go.
Yeah, as I said it earlier, the guys at the start of the broadcast, Backover's another one that needs a hell of a finish tonight to keep him moving in the forward position to get in that top 8.
Well, he's trying to do it right now, let me tell you.
Now, I'm watching him right now behind him, sitting outside his car. You can touch in these cars. They've changed something where you can barely touch them, and we was doing it in practice, and it was working.
Paulson, Taylor Benjamin, your top 2. The 92 gives a good push to Derek Paulson across the line. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks in the air here at Talladega. Oh my goodness. Again, there are green-white checkered flag rule is in place. And
Blake, whoa!
There we go.
Oh, there it goes. Another big one happening here at Talladega. Caution flag is out. We're going to use the green-white checker. It is going to be used.
One guy doesn't want to see that, guys, is that 44. I'm sure of it.
Caution here at Talladega. The second time under race conditions. All right, let's go back and see if we can figure out where this started. It looks like it started on the 92. I'm gonna go back again. I keep catching it just a little bit late here. Let's see if we can back it up manually. Oh, it looks like maybe Okie might have gotten into 92.
Yeah, but something happened to Blake. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him because he slowed way up.
I think we're gonna have to take this one to the blimp. Let's back it up a little bit more.
Yes. Yeah, Nick got into the back of the left corner of the 92, guys, from my view.
Back it up. We're gonna play really slow. There it is. 9 car makes contact with the left rear of the 92. The 1 not able to check up. Brian Dees maybe got just a little bit of it, but not enough. The 38 goes around. The 19 gets, oh my goodness, hard contact with the noses of those 2 cars. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Well, back live here at Talladega, we've got Brad Collins as your new race leader, Derek Paulson, Aaron Bach over your top 3. Then it's Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Dalton Kilroy, Jamie Walker, and Brian Dees. Rick Thompson and Casey Campbell, your top 9. Everybody else on pit road. Gary, one thing we have not talked about so far here tonight is tires. In fact, we haven't said the word tires until just now. Do tires make a big difference here? Can you feel them at all?
Okay, once I had my little incident, I went ahead and took my 4. I did notice I was a little faster than the guys that didn't take them, but it wasn't a big difference, so I don't feel, because we're all still running 190 mile an hour regardless, you know.
Oh, I do know. Because I've been watching these speeds. In fact, top speed here tonight, 195 miles an hour.
Who was that?
I don't know. I just happened to catch the speed. I didn't see who was doing it. It was a couple of drivers actually, and I guess it was probably right after segment 2. But at any rate, yeah, 195 miles an hour is what I saw.
Wow.
And that's cooking. That is cooking with butter. I found out what happened to the 92 of Blake Decker, guys. He actually lost a motor during that. That's why he slowed way up that fast. And so it's going to be a racing incident. Man.
Yes. During practice, guys, I noticed I got up behind somebody and my crew chief did holler at me. Told me my oil pressure was going up.
Okay, so that leads us to another one here during the race. Corey Sherman was to the inside. He had, I believe, Brian Dees in front of him. You were to the outside, and you had Rutherford, I believe, to behind you. Now, Rick and I went back and forth. Rick says he thinks you were overheating. I say you were making that car 14 feet wide. Which was it?
I was making the car 14 foot wide, and I was trying to get a lap back.
There you go.
That's when Corey's behind me, and I jumped up after the outside, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I told Corey, I said, dude, I'm going to the outside. I need to get a lap back if Rutherford will push me around D's. And that's exactly what I was trying to do. Yeah, so I made the car 14 foot wide.
It happens, you know.
It was working, too.
It was working. In fact, if it would have continued that way, I imagine a little brake drag would have going to be in order.
You know what? I asked Corey if he wants me to hold up and wait on him to help him. He goes, nope, I'm fine. Right here, you just keep doing what you're doing.
Alrighty.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, there was one point in the race, Corey went down at the bottom. I went all the way to the top and dropped back to get him. Then, dude, my car was fast at that point because I don't know how I'd done it.
Yeah, I don't know either. But listen, we've got from the TRJ Karting Infield Care Center, and we've got the 92 Blake Decker, Old Woodside. Blake, it was a tough night, bud, but at the end of the day, you have to have a motor that'll go the entire distance. Tell me what was going on.
Oh my gosh, I've never had such a roller coaster of emotions before. We were pushing really hard about those last 10 laps, and I was busy watching the runs on the outside lane because our team was controlling both lines. I'm sure y'all probably picked up on that. And man, that just sucks. I was looking at the runs from the high outside lane and making sure we beat them off into the corners so that they wouldn't get past us. And it's so unfortunate. I'm tired of blowing motors, man. I've blown a motor this season in real life and the stock car, and overheated last night, and now this. It's like, we were just running really hard. I was looking for a run because it was like 2 to go. I wanted to get a run on the high side and try and get in the lead, and then I hear someone yell, oh wait, I'm starting to overheat, and then I looked down at my gauges and I saw my water temps were pushing over 300, and then it's just like instantly after that I blew up, and I'm like, shit.
Man, that is too bad, Blake. I'm sorry for the misfortune, brother. Maybe next time.
Thank you.
Driver of the 92, Blake Decker, as we get ready to go back under the green flag. Brad Collins, Derek Paulson lined up side by side. Behind them, it is Aaron Bockover and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. And the names don't stop there. It's Dolan Kiro, Jamie Walker that make up row number 3. Back to the green flag we go. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks in the air and ready to finish this one out. Now, there are 2 more attempts if needed at a green-white checkered. Hopefully we don't, because I don't think Rick's heart can take it tonight.
No, you really can't, man.
Jamie Walker looking to the outside, wants to make that third lane viable. Jamie Walker has no help so far. Nobody's going out with the 88 as they come up to speed. Now the 21 finally does. Somehow Marquis Smith is still out there, still fast. The tick job, incredible. Back up front, the inside lane, trying to get rolling. Brad Collins has Aaron Bockover giving him a push for everything he has. A little sloppy coming out of that corner, though. This time by, it's going to be the white flag clinched and waving. White flag in the air. 2.5 miles to go, guys. And I think I'm going to pop a valve.
I'm trying to stay content here and not yell at my driver.
I'll do it for you. Aaron Bockover, you gotta go. This is now or never time. Derek Paulson, the race leader. Brad Collins slips up just a little bit. Now gets it going again through the corner. Here we go. This is gonna be it. The 44 running for second spot right now. Pushes the 22, trying to get there.
Get him.
They fan out. Oh, they fan out big time. The 44 goes around. Blake Decker had no choice. Oh, they go around again. Checkered flag flies. Derek Paulson, your race leader and winner here tonight.
Kilroy just now crossed the finish line.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know if Bockover's throwing the brake on or the chop down. Dude.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I think Aaron was going for that win also on the inside.
Well,
man.
Let's see if we can go back and catch any of that.
Now I'm sitting there watching a lot of it. It's pretty cool.
And I'm going to need your help, Chris, because my scoring compared to what iRacing is a lot different right now.
I haven't even looked. Honest to God, I haven't even looked. So this is it. This is the battle coming out of turn number 4. Through the tri-oval, there goes the 44. Brian D's unfortunately got part of that one. Guys, I don't know how to tell you this, but Corey Sherman comes back. He's being scored 6th place.
That should help him in the next round to move up. Aaron, I don't know.
Aaron Bockover, unfortunately, looks like he's going to finish in 17th position.
Right. He needed to be in front of Corey Rutherford and Ty Morosco, which unfortunately for Bockover, he finished 5th to Ty Morosco.
Well. We're not even going to take a break. We're just going to go right into it here. Terry, why don't you talk to Mr. Brad Collins here?
I can do that.
All right, he is with you.
Brad Collins, Terry, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. You got me? Hey, Brad.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, Terry, Chris, Rick up here. I was having a great time out there, buddy. Looks like you was, too. 3rd place tonight, man. I'm not sure where you're at in points. I have my VR on. I can't see nothing at the moment. So talk about your race a little bit tonight.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not in the points, and I wish I was. But, yeah, it was a awesome race. That second stage was a little hairy. Obviously, this got a little hairy on trying to do the 3 wide and all that stuff. I thought I had it won. The 44 was helping me, and I loved it. I just needed a little more push from him, and I thought about coming up and trying to block the 6, but I didn't want to wreck the whole field in the process. And then when the 44 disappeared, I knew I was in trouble. So,
well, Brad, I noticed something probably the late part of the first stage and maybe to the first part of the second stage. I seen the Speed Mafia guys was hanging on that outside. I mean, I think every one of you guys was out there. Was that by design?
Yeah, actually, it was. The outside was the fastest place. That's why I jumped up there when Jamie Walker went 3 wide. I was like, well, it's a guy, you're either in the second or third lane. That bottom lane's not going to do much.
Well, you just asked you this question. I mean, you and I are in the points. Now, you're going to show up for the rest of the races, correct?
Oh, yeah, but
Awesome.
Robles are not me.
Well, dude, they're not mine either. That's why I won't be in it. So I'll be right here with Chris and Rick. So, hey, man, congratulations. Anybody on that car you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to start off thanking TJR Karting for putting this on, and for y'all broadcasting and everything. And then, of course, Fisham's my big sponsor up here in Alaska, sitting here doing everything they can to help veterans and stuff and Wounded Warrior projects and everything with their fishing. And then, of course, my teammates in Speed Mafia. I mean, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be sitting here anyway.
10-4, but well, congratulations not on that third place. We'll talk to you next week, bud.
Thank you, bud.
Congrats, bud.
Congratulations goes out to the 22 of Brad Collins, finishing here in third position. In second place here tonight, it is going to be the number 10 of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. I believe, Rick, you may have caught up with him.
Yes, Top Flight Computer Racing number 10 driver, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. You got Rick, Chris, and Terry up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, I sure do.
Man, what a heck of a race.
Yeah, that was good stuff at the end of their teammates, Derek, Dalton, Blake, before he blew up. And Tanner and Nick, we executed to perfection there with our pit stops, with our decisions of when to go and when not to. And then, last lap, just gave Derek biggest push I could have without spinning him out because of how sensitive these back bumpers are. But then when I saw Bacher and them get together, I knew he had it because the bottom line behind Brad just died out. So it would have been nice to get the win on my birthday, but get my teammate into the next round is pretty good as well.
That's right, and I want to wish you a happy birthday, bud. We didn't forget about you, and man, it was a fabulous race, like you said. You guys worked so well together, and you were together pretty much throughout the whole race, man. So congratulations coming in second. Next week we head to the Roval. How you feeling about that?
Glad I'm locked in already, because my road course skills are, needless to say, not quite up to par. So tomorrow just be kind of a experimental, or tomorrow, next Sunday will be kind of like an experimental thing, and just I want to get better at the track in general, but luckily I don't have the pressure of having to deal with points and all that stuff.
That's one thing where you're definitely lucky with that, because like you said, you can go out there, you can relax a little bit, the pressure's off, you can learn the track and just go out there and have fun, and I expect to see good things out of that 10. Is there anybody on that machine you'd like to thank here tonight?
Yeah, definitely Derek and Dalton, Blake, Tanner, and Nick. We were all on the same channel, and we're working together great with all the stuff I previously mentioned. I want to keep Brian Dees in our thoughts. His brother passed away unexpectedly the other day, and just keep he and his family in your prayers through their tough time. Thank TRJ Karting for what they do for the league and all the commitments that they use. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast. Thank Turn 3 for tuning in, or thank Turn 3 viewers for tuning in, as well as the Pride Outdoor Network. And thanks to Sam and Mark doing race control.
All right, buddy. Hey, listen, you're absolutely right. We do have Brian Dees and his family and, everything going on there, in our thoughts and prayers, man. Congratulations coming in second. We look forward to seeing what that 10 can do next week.
Hey, thanks, guys. I'll see you then.
And that was the driver of the number 10, bringing it home in second place tonight. That gives us just one more person to talk to, and that is our race winner here tonight. It's going to be the number 6 of Derek Paulson. Derek, Chris, and Rick, and Terry up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys.
Well, bud, it was very entertaining last 6 laps or so. I say that because, well, we had to do the last 3 a couple of times to get to the finish. What were your thoughts going into that final green, white, and checker? Did you know that you had the machine to get the win?
It was a total unofficial team effort there with Taylor behind me. and him already having a win too, you kind of said, "Hey, I'm gonna stick on your bumper. Let's get this." And sure as heck, we were able to pull it off, and then that was pretty awesome. He ended up getting second too, so turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good, fun race to watch, and that is definite. It was fast out there. The cars seemed to be handling good. What were your impressions of the chassis here tonight?
Oh, you couldn't ask for anything better here. There's nothing wrong with the chassis at all. Even with Ward tires, you didn't feel anything. It was glued to the track, and like you said, she was fast.
Yeah, it certainly was. But who do you have on the 6 car that you need to thank here tonight?
Well, this is going to be a long list again because I got to thank. It was a total team effort tonight. Well, an unofficial team. Kind of talked with the Squatch guys earlier this week to see if they wanted to get back together, and we did it. All of us were up towards the front most of the race, so I got to thank Taylor and Dalton, and I got to thank Nick and Tanner. We were all in the channel communicating. It worked really good. I got to thank MF Racing Designs. You wanna go and get a fantastic paint for your car, you go find him on Facebook, and he'll set you up with a beautiful car like mine. I got to thank TRJ Karting for sponsoring the league. They do a great job, or they do a number for the league, and we wouldn't be here without them. So we got to go give them a big shout out to them. Shout out to the admins. Shout out to you guys. You guys do a fantastic job every week. I go back and rewatch every race, and I think that's about my long list.
Well, if that's all you have, I guess that'll be enough. Listen, man, it was fantastic watching you get across that striped line. It was a lot of fun to watch. Congratulations once again to you for your victory here tonight, Derek.
Thanks, guys. Thanks very much.
That is the 6 car Derek Paulson, your race winner here tonight. And what a race it was. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with the D's family for their loss this week. And I just hope that the process of healing has already begun. And that's going to be about it here, guys. Anything else to add?
All I know is that I need a break, man. I'm not going to be logging off like I normally do, going right to bed. I am so pumped up. What an outstanding race by all you guys tonight. And I know Mark and Sam are very proud. Of course, Terry, Nick Okie, the admins over there, Dalton. You guys, everybody put on a heck of a show, and it's Talladega. Things are going to happen. I want to give a huge shout out to Darren Bockover, man. I think he honestly made a move that I would have made too. And he was going for the win, man. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But congratulations to everybody for a great race, man. You guys really had my heart pumping. And I was literally out of my seat. And it was just fantastic.
Yeah, it really was. And with that, guys, we are going to call it a night here from the Turn 3 Racing Network. This has been the TRJKarting.com Blazing Pedals K&N Series live from Talladega. We will see you again next time.